Hey guys, Jeremy Booyer here, Jeremy Sutton here, Dirty Right Rear Podcast. This week we got Jaxxon and Dylan Sharp, father and son team, runs modifieds. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Ditch the corporate noise and plug into something real. The Barn Media Group and Podcast Network is your one-stop destination for all things independent. We're a locally owned media company with a purpose to amplify voices, champion creativity, and bring you authentic stories in music, sports, lifestyle, and beyond. For the full lineup, live streams, and latest drops, go to thebarn.media.
Hey guys, Jeremy here, Dirty Right Rear Podcast. We got to highlight one of our new sponsors, Griffin & Sons Excavating, family-owned and operated business based out of DeSoto, Missouri. They're a licensed septic installer, specializes in new construction systems and full septic replacements. They also do Lego industrial block retaining walls, concrete projects, patios, sidewalks, pads, all kinds of etc. stuff like that. Excavation services, lot clearing, finishing grading, and a lot more. Just give them a call or text them at 314-971-2157. Griffin & Sons Excavating. Hey guys, this is Jeremy Booyer and Jeremy Sutton of the Dirty Right Rear Podcast. We want to shout out to one of our new sponsors, which we've talked about quite a bit lately, but Coles County Speedway, actually the oldest micro track in the United States, opened up in 1956. They're going to be running every Saturday night, outlaw wing, non-wing, A-class wing, restrictor, junior sprint, and mod lights. They'll also have several 2- and 3-day big shows all throughout the season that they're going to have, and is the home of the WFO Micro Series also, and you can check them out at colescountyspeedway.com or on their Facebook page, and their address is 10743 East County Road 900 North, Mattoon, Illinois. Hey guys, Jeremy Booyer, Jeremy Sutton here of the Dirty Right Rear Podcast, and also Chad Winch of the Barn. We got to thank our new big sponsor that we just picked up, Double D Motorsports. Double D Motorsports in Farmington specializes in all types of race car parts, from new and used, even full rollers and race-ready cars. Katie and Darryl are notorious for making full buyouts and buying a lot of people's stuff out. You never know what they will have over there at Double D. Check back every week to see what kind of new stuff they have arriving. Plus, get your weekly items for your racing, such as oils, lubes, tear-offs, seat belts, fuel jugs, all kind of miscellaneous items. You can go to Double D Motorsports Mondays and Thursdays, 10 to 6, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 10 to 3, or you can call them, see if they'll meet you over there, 573-747-7816. Their address is 2882 Highway 67, Farmington, Missouri. It's just south of Farmington. Go over to Double D Motorsports and get all your racing needs. Hey guys, this is Jeremy Booyer and Jeremy Sutton here with the Dirty Right Rear Podcast. We want to highlight one of our sponsors, supporters, and everything else with Expert Graphics, Powder Coating, and Fabrication. Expert Powder Coating and Fabrication is a family-owned business out of Farmington over in the industrial park. You can go over there and get some graphics, lettering, anything for your race cars. Get some powder coating done for your race cars, any other kind of stuff. Get any kind of fabrication also done with them. You can come over there and talk to Andy Moss. He's in there just plugging away at the computer, designing everything, doing whatever he can. You got Dennis in the back with his lab coat, mixing up the powder coat, really getting the stuff going. And then you got Dan over there just fabricating anything and everything you want. But if you want to hit them up, Expert Powder Coating over in Farmington at the industrial park, you can give them a call, 573-756-7324. All
right, guys, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I know we've been planning this for a couple months now. We kind of got hooked up with you guys.
Might have been the first night, first or second night when when he won the feature, because he was jealous of Cruz Griffall's gold chain.
Yeah, I seen the. When we went down there, Peevely rained out that night. We've been running at Peevely, ain't had no luck, and I was pretty disgusted with their performance, and I said I called Hot Rod and I said, come on, let's go knock the body off this thing at Farmington. I 100% planned on it to be hammered down, and it was quite the opposite, So Cruz actually drew my pill for me and drew me a 4, and I said, all right. So we started beside his dad on the heat race, won the heat race, and started outside on the feature and won the feature. We totally didn't expect that for sure. And I wanted that gold chain. Yeah, for sure.
I was hoping. I mean, we haven't had too many adults. I haven't really offered it too much to them, except if they would ask. But a lot of more fun guys. I was like, some of these guys have got to be like, hey, what the hell, man? I want this. I want in on this crap, man. Yeah. But I've only had a few kind of jump on that bandwagon. But it's been for the kids. It's been awesome, man. They absolutely love it. So it was a pretty cool idea we came up with.
We when we went down to the little track there with Jaxxon running the B-Mod, he was close, man. I thought for sure he run that night second. I'm like, he's gonna get himself one too. This would be awesome.
Yeah, that would have been cool for sure. We haven't had a father-son duo get them yet, have we?
Well, I mean, Rusty kind of should have one, I guess.
Yeah,
should, but he don't.
I mean, he's won stuff since then. We just haven't been there because he's all over Illinois and places we don't ever get to go to or whatever. So
he almost won last night.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I did see that. Something happened to him.
Well, he got passed on the last lap, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Cluse slid him on the last lap.
Oh, man.
I can't believe he was able to land it either, but he did.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then Cruz probably won again, I would imagine. Yep.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Yeah, he's kicking butt in the kids' minds.
But ever since that night, you've been on our radar to get you on the podcast, and neither one of us really knew who you was until that night. I mean, I knew who you was.
Yeah.
But to be honest, my experience of knowing who Dylan Sharp was Mark Crady was always pushing you on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm friends with Mark on Facebook, and I'm like, man, I don't know who this guy is. Then we met him. We're like, dude, this guy's awesome. We're going to have him on the podcast.
There's probably 2 or 3 guys that once we met that we really didn't know. We were like, man, since this podcast is blowing up, we got to get him on. You and Cody Thornhill, but Cody's like,
Yeah, Cody wants no part of it. He won't come on.
No, he won't. God. I think he's scared of what he'll say.
Yeah, that could be for sure.
Yeah, and we told him though, we're like, man, people love that stuff. He's like, no, I can't do that.
I can't do it. We can even edit it, but it would be really awesome to do a live one with him.
That's funny because he's not very shy. He's not very shy on the Facebook either.
No, he's not.
Yeah. Oh my! Well, that's the other thing. I was, man. Him and his old lady must have a fun time, dude.
Christy goes to Mexico.
Yeah. Or Halloween.
Yeah, or Halloween. Yep.
So tell us about yourself, guys. I know kind of.
So
give us your history, how you got into racing, things like that.
Yeah. So we're from Hillsboro, Missouri. We live about just right there by Peebly. So I started racing whenever I was 5 and 6. I started in karts. I ran karts at the Horse Palace. I raced with guys like Timmy Hill. He raced with Kyle Steffens. We were all kids together. We're all the same age group. The Horse Palace was awesome. I don't know if you guys ever heard about that
I'm
place.
not familiar with it. So
it was out towards St. Charles. I'm not exactly 100%. I think off 64 to the side, and it was basically a giant horse barn, kind of like he does the Winter Series, indoors. But there was a bar around like turns 1 and 2 inside, and it was glass. It was all glass. It was 2 stories, and we raced there all winter, karts, and it was pretty cool. It's tore down now, but the Gundeckers ran it.
Yeah, okay.
Ran that deal. So I raced karts up until I was 13, and I was always a pretty big guy, so I run second a lot, a lot in the go-karts. If the weight thing plays a big deal. So as soon as my dad could get me out of the karts, he put me in a modified, and we were actually going to run a limited late model at Farmington, and then that year they kind of got rid of that class, which was, man, what was that? It had to have been like 98.
Oh, damn. That was right when I started my jam.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Brent was the man. Billy the kid was,
That's how I actually found out about you, because I told Billy, I said, hey, we met this dude the other night, and I said, he's in the same boat as Griffall and Thornhill. I said, do you know him? He's like, well, yeah. And I said, oh, and I said, I just haven't followed the modifieds in a while. So I said, I thought he just showed up and beat everybody and he's going home. And he goes, no, he's from here. And I said, oh, okay.
Yeah, so So we raced down there, and man, I freaking hit everything. I'm so proud of Jax because I look back at the way I was at his age running that big car, and I just beat off everything. One time we had that thing tied to a tree, pulling on it with a tractor, and I'm like, this car's never going to go in circles again. But for him to be running the way he does, I'm pretty happy with that because I was hell on wheels down there, and I left there. We raced there a couple years. I left there never even holding a checkered flag. And then we started running at Peevely and Granite. I won a couple races over at Granite against like Bobby Martoni and Ray Walsh and all those guys. Bobby Martoni was he was leading the points. He's like, all right, man, you can go home now. And that was in a new impressive car. We did that. And so that was, I was 16, 17 then. I graduated high school, and I went to North Carolina. I moved to North Carolina. I went to school there at that NASCAR Tech.
Yeah.
And did that. And when I come back, everything had changed. It was kind of everything went to 4-link. We run modifieds for another year at Peevely, and then we were at the Pepsi Nationals, and Randy Cordy had a brand new camouflage rocket. And my dad's like, I want that thing, dude. I'm like, all right, man. Yeah. And so sure enough, after the races, he won the Pepsi Nationals in the car, and we went down there, and my dad's like, he says, I want this car. And he's like, well, come get it. So we got the late model, and we had a Mullins motor. Chad's always treated us right. So we had a Mullins motor in it, and we went to Peevely the first night in it and run third to Randy for a long time. And that was when there was 30 late models.
Yeah.
It was no joke. And so we knew we had some. We went the next week to Granite, another top 5, back to Peevely, another top 5, and then we went to Granite, and Mark Voigt lost a wheel in hot laps, and I T-boned him and KO'd the car. Oh. Just junked it. And we struggled with it. And about that time, my dad got sick. He got kidney cancer, and so he's like, I can't afford to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I have to do something, So I actually opened a business, a restoration collision shop, and started doing B&M Auto Body, the Big Nasty Motorsports, and to pay for the racing. And then I was like, holy shit, I'm going to have to sell the race car to pay for the business, And so that's what I did, and run the shop. So I was out for 10, 12 years. It was about the time I had him, and my dad passed away whenever he was 6. No, you were 4. Yeah. And so then I kind of put racing out. I wasn't doing anything at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't going, wasn't watching, and I took him over to an arrive and drive at Granite for the quarter midgets, and Matt Ponder. I grew up with Matt Ponder,
yeah.
So he was.
All those guys are all in my era there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Matt was like, let's get these boys. He's got Kale is a year younger than Jaxxon. He's like, let's get these boys some quarter midgets. So I started looking, and things were going pretty good at work. I was able to afford it, and I pulled the trigger on 2 carts in California and drove straight there and back and picked him up and got him into it. So he started racing when he was
5 or 6.
Yeah. He
Quarter midgets, I take it. Yep.
Yeah. He was good, he's a big guy too, though.
Yeah.
Whenever you're 100 pounds and racing against kids that are 30, 40, 50 pounds, it's tough.
That hanging your head out the left side of the car gets me out of. I can't even see how that's even legal.
When we started, he had a full containment. You know, we started in the blue rookie and then or red rookie, and then went to blue rookie, and then went to junior Honda. And as soon as he was able to run junior Honda, I jumped him to heavy Honda because he's such a big guy. And he raced. I mean, those kids. He was 7, and he was racing 13, 14-year-olds that were like Austin Seats was in his class. Logan Dockery was in his class, and he actually he won a heavy Honda championship, and something I ever did, never won a championship. So, I was pretty happy. He run, I think he was 3rd in the heavy 160, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
They all moved up, moved to bigger class, moved to micros, moved up, and I was like, well, what are we going to do? He was by himself in that class, and they're like, oh, drop down and race with us, in the junior Honda. I'm like, no. I said, strap some lead on and come up with me.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, it's I can't take weight off.
Right.
So I sold his quarter midget stuff. I planned on putting a kids mind together, and I ended up I built me a new modified, and in 2021, and jumped back into it pretty well with both feet at that point.
Yeah.
We'd run second a bunch, third a bunch, run third at the Summer Nationals at Granite. Granite was pretty well my track. There was always a top. I was pretty well, could get around the top. Great. Definitely not afraid to knock the deck out. So, yeah, winning at Farmington around the bottom was unnatural for me. It really was. I was like, man, I feel like I'm going slow here, and I looked up, and Todd's, he's got his hands and he's got his arms. I'm like, all right, okay. I guess this is working.
So you didn't run kids mods very long then?
No.
No. Jump
He-
straight into the OB mod?
Yep.
Yeah. He raced the kids mod for a year. Was it a year or 2? Year and a half?
No, it was just a year.
Yeah.
Then the motor was.
Yeah, the motor was tough with that thing. I struggle hard with it.
It seems like in that kids mod, either they run really good or they don't.
Yeah.
There's not like somebody will be out there popping and snapping and
That's
just
how his was.
all over the place, and then you got the 3 kids that are just like,
Well,
burr.
and that's what, I thought to myself, I'll turn this thing some major RPM. I'll get her wrapped up there, and it just was not fast. I'm like, what is the deal? And so I got to doing some research. I'm like, that thing makes maximum horse. I was turning like $6,000. That thing makes maximum horsepower at like 4,200, and then it drops off like 100, like 30 horsepower every 100 RPM.
Yeah.
I'm like, good Lord, no wonder we're not going anywhere. So I geared it back in the last couple races, and it was a lot better. And that's the same motor that Stolzer runs now. So I sold it to Stolzer, and I'm like, shit, must have been me. Yeah, it was. So which I planned on putting him in the B mod class the whole time. I wish I would have done the kids mods a little sooner.
Yeah.
I really do. I regret that, but it is what it is. So, I'm just itching to let him drive the A mod.
There you go.
Until-
How old are you actually?
14.
14? Oh, you're ready.
yeah, I think so.
It's all good.
Yeah,
If you will, get a little closer to the mic.
It's you're 14. That's fine.
yeah.
All these other kids, heck, we got micro kids at like 9 and 10 now. I mean,
Yeah, right?
it's getting out of, and they're all doing fine. Bigger cars easier. You can hit all kinds of stuff in that.
Yeah, you can bounce off of everything.
Speaking of the championships, how you said he's won one and everything. It's so hard these days, in my opinion, with so many cool races everywhere. It's hard to really. I mean, it's hard to chase the championship first of all because you want to go to some of these. I mean, 90% of the people want to go to the bigger races just to hang out with all the cool people and do all that. So it really like we kind of talked off air, but the local every week local racing kind of is dying, and I guess it's good and it's bad. It's kind of bad for the track maybe.
Right.
But also it's, everybody has a lot more fun too, traveling and doing some other stuff. So the championship stuff is so hard to chase if you're really,
it really is
hardcore.
It really is. It's neat that like Josh Carroll's doing the battle with the bull rings.
Yeah.
That's neat. Even down here, man, like we were talking about Fredericktown, if somebody could get those 3 tracks ironed out, Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday deal, that would be awesome.
Right.
A little southern,
be
a
crazy.
little southern championship. Everybody work together. And,
Yep.
So,
And I think a lot of that's possible. Here for too long, everybody is realizing that tracks are dying, money's not there. So a lot of this stuff, everybody is kind of going to have to start being, I could say it could go 2 ways. Everybody could be cutthroat, or everybody could start kind of doing whatever, and
right.
some people don't really care. But we were talking about with the sprint cars back in early 2090s when you would go to Jacksonville on Friday and everybody came to Farmington on Saturday.
Right.
That was just what you did. I mean,
right.
It was like what you did. So, I mean, I think that all these tracks can do all kinds of stuff like that again, and it's pretty cool. And the thing is, I do think it would be cool to have a point series, not for just the track. So say if you had a Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Right.
if you go to all of them, you should get something for it. I mean, it should be pretty cool. And I think that would be a pretty cool deal. And I know they have we always talk about speed weeks and different stuff like that. I think with all the tracks we have around here, man, there should be 1 week in the summer they run Sunday to Sunday.
Right.
Oh yeah.
How many people would take vacation for that?
Right.
And not be the Hell Tour, not be a big late model. I'm talking your late models, your A mods, your B mods, and maybe your kids mods or whatever. Only 4 classes or so, and go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And
Right.
I think it would be a pretty cool. I know it would be a lot of work and everything, but your real racers would eat that alive.
for
man.
sure.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Racers are,
I gotta get into promotions, man. I've just got so many cool ideas.
dude, racers would flock to that. I feel like
It would be neat. Mostly in our local area, there's enough cars, kind of like Wallace said, and I never put this together. He was talking about the Chili Bowl. He goes, you got the 300 and something best midgets in the world. Well, realistically, you got the 300 and something midgets in the world.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you had like
They all go.
and they all go.
You got a midget? Why not?
So I mean, if you have a midget, you're there. It ain't like there's 350 of the best in the country. That's all the midgets there is, besides some stragglers that probably don't go or whatever. But if you had a race like the Chili Bowl, what you do, the dome, if you open the dome up realistically to anyone and everyone can come like Chili Bowl,
Oh my gosh.
there'd be 1,000 cars.
Oh my
Well,
gosh. Yeah.
and I mean, the Gateway Dirt Nationals, I'm still waiting for my invite again. But, that is really one of the main reasons I built myself a car. Right around COVID, whenever they started that race, I went, I was following it, watching it, and I actually got a suite that year, me and
that'd be the man.
15 of my buddies. It was like $1,200, $1,500 bucks.
care.
You can't even do it now. You can't get them.
It's all.
Yeah.
They're all bought up. But dude,
I was thinking about getting on the list, man.
We had so much fun, and I'm like, I got to build a modified for this. This is awesome.
Yep.
That was man. Who won that year? Maybe Tommy Seats, and Bobby Biddle was. I mean, Bobby Biddle was.
I liked watching him.
Did he break? Did he break or something? Anyway.
Does he even race anymore?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say.
So
Nope. He don't. The Belleville Bullet.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's a
Well,
special deal for sure.
you should get an invite. You've went handful of last years, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah,
I
it was
mean-
up until last year, and really the last year we run there, we run ninth in the main.
Yeah.
We run.
I
top
thought you
10.
had a decent run. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember when it was, but yeah.
I wouldn't see why you wouldn't get invited this year.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's he picks his own, and I don't know what method to the madness there is, and I'm
Yeah.
sure he's got hundreds and hundreds of modified guys.
Oh, yeah.
just harassing the crap out of him, you know.
Yeah, which we're gonna do that to him too this year.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's how I did. That's what I did to Coles County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what's funny about that is we're actually pretty good buddies with him.
Yeah.
And he won it. He goes, hey man, he sends us stuff and just asks us stuff since we're from other places or whatever. And he comes on the show, 2 or 3 different times, and he's like, if I was to let you guys invite people, give me a list. So we both sent him, a list of people. Of course he didn't invite them. Well, I think he did invite them
He
all.
invited everybody.
Yeah, but
Took my list and ran with
and
it.
I said, well, we want this guy and this guy and this guy, and he's like, okay. And then like next 2 weeks, I'm like, he got all our picks on there, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Which I got to make it up for that. I think that's going to be wild, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's.
And then he posted like the list of people that are invited, and everybody's like, well, this guy, and this guy, and I'm like, that dude, he makes me so mad because he gives us half information.
Yeah.
And I said because like Griffall wasn't on the list. Well, he was one of the first ones that he picked just because he was from our area.
It said on there, this is not ever something.
I know, but he does that. He does that just so we
just
get
a
mad.
teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does that so I
Yeah.
get mad at
That's
him.
what Chris LaRousse called me. He's like, I think, he says, boy, you sure are shaking Brian up with harassing him on the Facebook. I'm like, oh yeah, well, that's what he needs. It's good publicity.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I think he's gonna put you out there in the next couple invites. I'm like, all right. So, I kind of knew, and then he posts. I seen it come across Facebook. He's like, with the invite, I commented on there. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna have to check my schedule. I'm awfully busy. He's like, well, you got about 30 seconds to decide. I'm like, yep, all clear.
So you've probably never been to Coles County,
No.
have you?
Oh man.
It's about the size of our little track down here, but way better.
It's
Right.
the straightaways are. I would say it's. And when I say a hair, it's a hair longer.
Really?
And just the straightaways, the corners are about the same. You can get up on the fence though.
There'll
You
be
can
a
get
top
close
there.
to.
Well, that'll be good.
But it's gonna. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of sheet metal there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's after Mod Mania too. It's that Sunday after. So I'm like, which we'll go to Mod Mania, but I hope we got a car left.
Yeah.
So that's I'm gonna have to be a little conservative. I'm gonna have to be a little conservative at Mod Mania, which would be fine. We actually haven't been to Granite all year. Once KO'd the nose, but yeah, it's I'll have to be a little conservative with running the top. But that Tri-City cushion, good Lord, when it's there, it's just hard not to get up there. It's so fast. It really is. So, we were talking about Farmington. If he would just get up there and just maintain that top side.
Get a little till on it.
Just a little till.
Yeah, a little
till.
bit.
Daryl, get a little till on the top. All right. I go up there. That's what the second race we won there. I was looking, and Billy Smith, I guess he was helping Brent. I got around Brent, and I see Billy signaling Brent to go top. And then I heard Tim, I'm like, does this dude think I won't go up there? I'll go up there, buddy. So, yeah, that was a battle. They made me work for that one a little bit.
Yeah, that was we posted that video the last couple laps, and man, that was a barn burner.
Oh, dude.
man.
Yep. I'll throw a slider. I don't care, but if I don't, if you throw one at me, I don't care either. So throw them. You know what I mean? I had Shane Blair got mad at me last week. He says, I guess he didn't like my slider for 4th place. And I'm like, dude, you race me how I race you. I mean, I wreck you, So, I mean, I'm aggressive, man. I'm here to have fun.
I've never seen him get mad.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't terrible, man. He was like, but he did come down to my pits.
Oh, dang.
He's like, I race you clean every week. I'm like, well, I've won the last 2 weeks. I've been here, so I said, I understand, man. I just was throwing the slider, But that one on Tim, I I was watching that video. I'm like, good thing I had that stacked panel on there because it went right across his nose.
Yep.
Right across. But he didn't lift.
I was saying, I don't think that bothered Tim one bit.
No, and that's it. Like there's not a lot of money to be made. There's none really to be made with the modified racing, and so I'm in it for the thrill. You know what I mean? That's really the whole reason I'm in it. I'm in it to bang the cushion. I'm in it to. You're in it to win it. I'm in it for a slide job. I'm in it to have a slide job thrown at me. I enjoy that completely.
That's what people want.
Yeah, it's the whole. It's I'm there to race. Timmy Hill. I was talking to him one time. He's like, he hadn't been racing, and then showed up in a B-Mod. I'm like, who's B-Mod? He's like, dude, I'm just trying to race. He's like, I'll race you to the freaking refrigerator if you want. I laugh so hard. I tell everybody that now.
Man, him and Brent and Billy and Matt Eaton and all those guys, they used to just beat each other up.
I used to love when Timmy Hill would come to Farmington every week. Yeah. I say every week, but he was here a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like we all migrated down there to kind of cut our teeth. It really was when we were kids. So I'm excited to take him back. With his football schedule and stuff, the little track down there is out. So we'll have to figure out a Saturday boring. Even Benton, I was like, well, shoot, I could take him down to Benton and let him run around there too.
Benton's got a race tonight. I don't know if they run B-Mods, though.
I think sprint cars and some other stuff.
Sprint cars and A-Mods. Yeah. I think it's like 1,500 to win.
Yeah.
And then Quincy, too.
I forgot about Quincy.
Yeah. That's just a haul. And, like tonight, I should go tonight because my biggest complaint is like, and Wallace even said it, the drive home Sunday night.
Yeah.
At midnight.
It ruins your Monday.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And that's, with our shop, there ain't no way to get around it.
Yeah.
With the Mondays. So.
Well, why are you going to Benton tonight then?
I know. That's what I'm sitting here.
I think you probably got time to go home.
Yeah, I'll have to put a deck back in it.
Oh, okay.
Last night. On the last lap, too. High Rod says, the last lap, the last corner. I don't understand. Well, needed something to do.
I would say he needed something to do this week, right?
Yeah, needed something to do.
Man, one of our sprint car guys, Jason Keith, his boy has been having, he's doing good now, but he had a rough patch, and they did like a TikTok video, and it's got his car all tore up, and his little pit buddy, because he's only, how old was Corton, 16, 17?
Yeah, I think he's 18 now.
18, whatever. 18, his little pit buddies that help him are all his friends, and Jason's sitting in a lawn chair like the old dad.
Yeah.
And his friends are like, look at that bar, the drag link, it's straight. He gets up out of there and just smashes it and said, I ain't spoiling you.
Yeah. Don't spoil,
it was a pretty good video.
Yeah.
I think Benton will probably get a good handful of cars tonight, just because
so.
If as long as everybody ain't already at the lake or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Most of your racers though don't go to the lake. You can't do both.
Yeah.
No, you can't boat. You can't boat and have a race car.
You got to pick and choose. And everybody that says race cars are more expensive than boats never had boats.
Oh, yeah.
Because all that stuff and the camping, boating, and all that, if you do it all and you do it right and you do it like you would a race car,
100%.
It's the same amount of money, if not more.
Yep. And that's what we took a year or two off after in between, and we had a camper and we did some camping and some floating and fishing and, like you said, to do it right,
it's no different.
You're committed.
The same hobby, and no matter what you get into, you're going to spend that same amount of money because you'll be like, well, I spent, this at racing. So let's get, my motor was $40,000. So let's buy a $40,000 camper.
Yeah.
I mean,
apples to apples.
Yep.
Right.
So I mean,
what's the difference?
I did that too when I quit. I bought a couple jet skis and went camping and done everything. Well, then all your buddies like, I want to come out and ride. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's all do it. Well, then you get all the fuel. They all come out.
Oh yeah.
Then they all leave, and you're like, man, I gotta put all this stuff up, go get more fuel, do this, and I'm like, this sucks.
Yep. Clean the camper.
Yeah, I'm out.
And those campers are pieces of shit.
Oh, dude,
yes.
worst thing.
I've
got a toy hauler right now. It's just a small one, but like within 2 weeks, we had it like panels fell off, and I mean,
we were in Terre Haute at a USAC race with him, and dude, the generator wouldn't run. Like I drug this thing all the way up there, and we ended up staying in a hotel, and that's really the straw that broke the camel's back with the camper, and it was a toy hauler. And the quarterman just fit perfectly. It was great, but I went and opened some cabinets in it and ripped both the doors off the cabinet. I'm like, what the?
Yep.
This piece of shit.
Oh, I know. It's and they look so nice.
Oh, yeah.
And you go in because mine's all, newer style stuff. And I'm like, man, we're buying this. This is nice. So we bought it. And I mean, I did camping hardcore for a year or so.
Right.
But then everything that happens in it, you take it somewhere and you're like, oh, this fell off or.
Yep.
And I guess it is because you're hauling around a house. So it is going to do it. But
beating down the road.
Just the walls. And I understand it needs to be lightweit.
You ever seen them things wrecked on the side of the road?
Oh,
or they
dude.
flipped over, they're just like,
Oh, you got the flatbed trailer.
Yep.
Yeah, and you ain't got nothing left.
Yep.
That's crazy. Like the insulation in them and all that different stuff, and is just junk.
Yeah.
Complete junk.
Yep. 100%. Might as well have a race car.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yep.
So tell Jaxxon, I know outside of racing, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? I know you play football, but do you do anything else?
So I play baseball, and I used to wrestle, but I found it was pretty fun, but wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Race.
We do a lot of fishing too.
I love fishing.
Do a lot of trout fishing. We've been trout fishing lately.
Man.
Taught ourselves how to fly fish.
Oh, see, I haven't got into that.
Dude, I was like, we got to learn how to do it.
I want to kind of learn it, but what I do is like Montauk. I really like Montauk.
Yep.
So
One of our favorites.
I'll go up in the fly area, but I'll take my spinning reel with flies.
Yeah.
So that's the cheater kind of method. And you see
That's how he's
all the guys are fly fishing up there, and they're giving you the
giving you the stink eye.
you suck, dude. You don't know what you're doing. Get out of
Get out.
But then they're sitting there slinging, and I'm just ripping them in,
Yep,
in,
yep.
and they're.
Crowd fishing. I'll Merrimack the shit out of somebody.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's the one thing I don't do. All my buddies go, we got to go opening day. We got to do this, and I'm like, dude, I don't know how you do that. There'd be drownings because
Yeah.
I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I mean, I think I'm a decent fisherman, but I'm going to get caught up, and it's going to be a bad deal.
Oh yeah. And it's you know what? It's really not. It's not as bad because you'll definitely snag up somebody else. And like, just depending on how my day's going, I'll reel you in and cut your line off or something,
Yeah.
Or it comes, it unties easy. It just depends on if it's
Merrimack's the only one I've been to where I've actually went where it may have been an opening day. I don't even remember, but it was a bunch of people there. But man, we take a trip. I don't know if you've done anything, but we go to White River, Arkansas every February. Yeah. Oh man, we take waders. We wade up and down the river. I mean, it's work.
Yeah.
But dude, the fish compared to where we're at here to there is
crazy.
Nuts. The browns, I mean, it's insane, and it's fun. You can actually throw jerk baits down there, all kinds of stuff.
So how we started fly fishing is, like I said, I always wanted to, and we went on a family trip to Estes, and my wife booked me and him a guide.
Oh yeah,
He's like, you guys ever fly fish? I'm like, nope. He's like, you're gonna suck. I said, I fully prepared for that, dude. I said, I need you to stand back behind me like a damn football coach. If I'm doing something wrong, I need to know it so I can pick this up. And within the first 10 minutes, we think we were catching fish, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And so once he got me ironed out, I'm like, all right, take Jaxxon and go up. And he was, sure enough, he's standing on the bank and he's like, he's like, mend it. Again, he's like, all right, about 30 more casts down this one spot. Jack's like, holy shit, dude. But when I got back, we got a couple rods and tried to do it a little bit on our own. I'm like, I just don't know. Like the whole bait and fly, that's a whole nother animal.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So we went back this year. And I called him. I'm like, I'm coming back, and we're going to do it again. And so we did it again, and this time we took our own rods and stuff, and I really made him school me on the lures. And so a couple days we went over into Grand Lake, and we were by ourselves. I didn't have a guide. I'm like, all right, we're going to go catch fish on our own now. And so we went into Colorado River and waded up it and caught fish.
Oh,
and
man.
I was so stoked, man, just to be able to pick up something new. And,
I think it's crazy. I watch a lot of the YouTube stuff for those guys that go up in Colorado and all those places where they'll find a little hole of water and fish in it, and there'll be all kinds of trout in it.
Well, and that's what's so cool. The first time we went, I'm like, I'm watching, and that's really what kind of got me wanting to do it. It's because you can backpack easy, and I'm like, dude, you can hike and just follow these little bitty streams, man, and pull freaking monster trout out of them, and so we love it out there. It's
I always told my buddy, I said,
go-tos.
if I get into where I actually really do the fly fishing, because we get into it down that White River, but down there you can fly fish stuff, but to catch the big browns, we're jerk baiting all day long. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. So the fly fishing's a little different, but I said we're gonna have to go on like a Wednesday afternoon at Montauk if I want to learn how to fly fish.
Yeah,
definitely. There's about 2 old guys there, and that's about it.
Yep, definitely. That and he just taught me this the last time because I'm freaking whipping this thing back and forth. Watch, you'll whip yourself with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, why don't you just roll cast? I'm like, well, because you didn't teach me how to roll cast. What do you mean? And so he showed me how to do that, and that's freaking way easier. He just whip that sucker out there, And so yeah, but he's a bass fisherman. He does the bass fishing and crappie fishing. I got a buddy who will go crappie fishing out on Bull Shoals, Tri-Lake River Guides. Or Tri-Lake Guides, something. Yeah, Jesse Cockrum. He dude, if you go with him, you'll just catch a mess of fish. It's pretty awesome. So if you're ever down in Branson, he's a good time.
The crappie's the only thing I haven't done. I've caught them on accident, of course, but bass fishing is kind of my main deal. And actually, the only reason I got into fishing is years ago. I'd say 5-6 years ago. I always fished with my dad when I was younger, but just rivers and crap like that. But like 5 or 6 years ago, my buddies all fished the big bass bash deal, the 100,000 to win. Yeah. Well, we're bowling on league, and they're like, "Hey, so and so needs a partner," and I'm like, I got a Zipco 33.
Yeah,
and they're like, yeah, that's not really going to pan out down here at Lake of the Ozarks.
It's not gonna work out.
And I said, well, I want to go. And they're like, okay. So I went and bought a few things, and man, I had a time of my life. And then I was stuck. It was over.
Yep.
And then my other buddies got me into, they actually race. They got me into trout fishing, and I went on their family trip in February. And I was like, man, now this is cool. Cause to go and wade all of it and do all the being like with the, not to be weird, but to be like in the nature and in it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Plan a trip and go to Estes and fish the Big Thompson. And it's, the Kirk's fly service. And that you go with one of those guys. I got a bunch of them, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
You're just in the freaking mountains, and, the rivers and creeks are just roaring, and you wouldn't think you pulled this fish out of there, and it's pretty cool.
It's crazy how those trout are in so shallow. You'll throw it out in this, and you're like, I'm dragging up a bunch of rocks, and then bam, and you're like,
oh yeah,
where are you going, dude?
Right?
Why was you even there?
Right, just eating.
Yep.
But that's pretty much all we enjoy to do. Hang out at home.
What grade are you in?
9th.
9th, and you're dressing out for varsity already, huh?
Yep.
Right. You play for Hillsboro?
Yeah.
So who does Hillsboro play? Do they play like Farmington or North County or Central or any of those schools?
They play last Friday, this Friday, we just played Moberly.
That was a trip.
Yeah,
that's a trip.
It was a good game, though. We were losing going into halftime, but then we came back and beat them 44-34.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think Hillsboro still plays like our bigger schools down here.
I would say they play
I think
Farmington.
they play North County and Farmington.
Definitely played Farmington. I don't know if we play North County.
We play SLU.
Oh, well, yeah.
They're probably stuck with a little bit bigger teams being right on the border of South and North.
Yeah, Hillsboro's a bigger school, so.
They, I don't know why they travel so much. It's I was thinking that too. That's as if Festus was in Rolla and we're in freaking Moberly. I'm like, y'all could get together and we could just meet in like Peevely or something play football.
And
Like,
DeSoto played Illinois school.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if it's home or away, but
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
Yeah. I don't know. There's enough schools around, mostly of that size, that you think they would all get together and play, except for Central. They probably played Bunker Friday,
they play.
I got to throw that back in there.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember who Central played.
Yeah, probably some schoolhouse down here with 7 kids.
Yeah. Hey, I know North County had a game Friday night. Did they show up?
I don't even know. I didn't even watch any of it. They probably had some hurt players or something.
Yeah, poor North County. It was pretty ugly. They played Farmington, and it was
no good. Oh man.
I don't know the final score, but it was ugly. So might be a long year for them.
We wrestled Farmington. That was a big deal.
Yeah, Farmington takes wrestling serious.
Oh man.
I think
I'm sitting up in the bleachers. I'm like, holy shit.
I think all our schools down here are like North County, Farmington, all of them. I think they're a pretty big deal in wrestling.
Yeah. Wrestling, and my family, wrestling is huge. Like,
is it?
But I've never got into it.
Yeah.
But my family, like everything in the winter revolves around wrestling.
Yeah. It's just a lot of dude on dude contact for me. It's tough. All slithering slithering all over each other.
He's like, yep. And me and him be wrestling around, and he's like, I'm like, dude, I'm using all my strength to beat you right now. No lie. You are so strong. And I know I could walk out on the mat and kick a shit out of all them kids. So I don't know what the problem is. You're going to have to give some more effort here. Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling's rough, man. That's kind of different.
Yeah. It's all right. So we'll ask a few questions here before we wrap it up. One question I like to ask everybody in the Dirty Right Rear podcast. What's the dirtiest right rear you've ever had thrown on you and the dirtiest right rear you've ever thrown on somebody? I won't make Jaxxon answer this.
Oh, he can if he wants.
Yeah, he can, but
some of the kids don't. But I mean,
yeah, Jaxxon's aggressive.
Yeah, so I mean, if he
and that's what I have this signal that I give him from the stands, and I'll jump up on the wall to give it, and whenever I give it, it means Daddy wants it all. So let's go, and it's the throw your nuts over your shoulder and let's go, dude. The dirtiest right rear I've ever thrown. Man, the one a couple weeks ago was pretty. Here's my thing. With the containment seats is if I've got to run and I commit to the bottom, and I look to the right. I always look to the right, and if I can't see your nose, it's coming. I don't care what kind of speed you've got coming off the corner. It's coming. If I look to the right, middle to the bottom, and I'm coming up, and I look to the right, and I don't see your nose, I'm coming all the way up, and I've had that one put on me,
right.
But I'm not going to live for you, and I'm not going to direct you. I definitely, like that deal with Kay Dillard and what.
Yeah.
A dick. To hit him in the left rear. I'm not going to wreck you, but I'm going to jack you up and push you down the straightaway, And I run the top a lot, so I've had a lot of guys come up and slide me. And if I can make bumper to bumper contact and run you down the straightaway faster than you want to go, usually it don't pan out. Usually they lift and go back to the bottom, and they're like, "Oh my god,
this guy ain't playing around."
This guy's not playing around up here. Yeah, but yeah. What do you think the dirtiest one you've had? He at the track down here. Who was it? Andrew Cash. Jaxxon running second to Zach Whaley in the heat race.
Yep.
And he got in too high on that ledge.
Yes.
He said that ledge ain't no good. I don't know how there's ever a top, if there's ever a top.
That is the top.
If
you go above, like the midgets will be here Friday and they walk out there and you can tell who actually pays attention.
Yeah.
Because they will rip that lip right there. But then there'll be a couple guys like, I'm going to hit the wall. Well, you're going to hit the wall.
Yeah. He got up over it and spun around, and
he gave me the sign.
went to the he went to the back, and I'm like, oh Lord, here we go, And he slid her off in there, and same rule. I mean, it's the same rule all the way across that they teach in quarter midgets. If the guy's halfway beside you, that's his bottom line. He's there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Cash come down on him, and Jax has held his ground and bullied him up out of the way, which, he's a grown man. But then going into the next, Cash punted him in the ass, and he held on to it and run back up to third, and he pulls in, and he's like, I think that guy gave me the thumbs up. I said, I think he gave you the finger.
Yeah.
He's like, are you sure? I'm like, oh, I'd have gave you the finger. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he gave you the finger. Yep.
There's ways to run people though. Like I think on that, what is that? Flow Racing did that documentary deal, and Justin Grant was on there about. Yeah. And they said they all talked about Justin Grant, and he talked about that. He'll run you dirty. Not really dirty, but he'll put it to you. Oh, yeah. But if you put it to him, he knows it.
Yeah, 100%.
So he's okay with it.
Yep, and that's exactly
that's the mindset you got to have.
It's treat people as you want to be treated.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's what I told Shane. That he was upset. I'm like, dude, feed it back to me. I'll take it. Yep. I'm not scared of it.
Yep.
I mean, racing somebody aggressively, especially in the modifieds or late models, because we got fenders and doors and stuff, so it's you can make some wheel-to-wheel contact. You try not to. The cars are kind of fragile these days.
Yeah.
So you try not to, but if you have to, you have to. I mean, like the deal with Tim, I wasn't gonna give an inch.
Yeah, but and I think you understand too that Tim will do that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we've definitely been there before,
because that's just aggressive stuff. It ain't like you guys door slam each other. People now, when stuff like that happens, it's obvious,
right?
Or your car handled like shit, and you just accidentally did it. Yeah,
you push up the track or something like that.
I know every once in a while, Farmington down at the bottom of the track will have some mud, and you'll see a guy go in there and push up in there, and you gotta understand. If you're a race car driver and you see that dude and he comes up and slams into you, you got to know what happened, man. I mean, did it suck? Yeah, but you can't be mad about it.
One of my favorite guys to race is Josh Russell. I don't know if you know who Josh Russell is. Yeah. He don't race a bunch anymore, but dude, we grew up together, and he went to high school with me, and he was selling stickers. He had a book of stickers, and I'm like, oh yeah, I run a modified. He's like, oh, I race a modified. I'm like, no, you don't. He's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, well, I've never raced against you, and that's when I was in Farmington. So he come down to Farmington, and dude, we throw sliders at each other. One time at Granite, I slid up, and I the problem with the friggin' modifieds is, we get so bent out of shape, we'll jam you with the right rear corner. Well, I freaking hit him in the right rear, or hit him with my right rear corner, and I didn't think about it. But we're pitted beside each other. He comes in. He's got a giant hole where my T-bar stuck all the way through into the cockpit of his car. I'm like,
oh damn!
Oh my god, dude, that could have been bad. I mean, but yeah, and that's why I do it. That's why we do the racing is for the aggressive slide jobs, and
there'd be nobody in the stands.
Everybody's like, you putting a restrictor plate on? I'm like, no, I paid for the whole motor.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use it. Yeah.
But before we forget, let's give you a chance to thank your sponsors.
He's got more sponsors than I do. I really didn't hunt any sponsors down. I just my B&M Auto Body Collision Shop in Hillsboro pretty much pays for my whole program. My customers, that we got a pretty awesome customer base, and we're lucky enough to be able to fix a lot of wrecks. That probably stems back from being a younger driver too. My dad's like, good Lord, son, you're going to have to learn how to fix this stuff. So it did. And, it panned out. I mean, shoot, whenever I started my shop, I was going to build race cars, and I worked for Jumper for a while, and I bought all the equipment to do it, and then I started doing some restorations, and, those suck. Those things. Oh, my gosh. I mean, I love old cars and class and doing that sort of stuff, but they're just, you're married to them. Yep. They're tough. We got one big hailstorm, and the need for collision stuff was there, so we jumped on that with the insurance, and then kind of never looked back. But yeah, the shop's pretty well. What helps me? You remember all your sponsors?
I think so. So I'd like to thank Flawless Pools, Masters Excavating, Lauren Holst Realtors.
Yeah.
B&M. Who else? Pasiglia's Lawn Care.
Mainly Peyton on that one, right?
Yeah.
PJ really didn't have nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Just his daughter. Then what else?
We actually got that sponsor. We were at a wedding. I was in the wedding, and who was it? Paulie Shrimp Jr. was in the wedding with me, and he shows me his phone, and PJ's text him and said, "Hey, $500, you moon me right now." And I look across the wedding and make eye contact. I said, "Right now?" And he says, "Yep." I jumped up, pulled my pants down, and mooned the whole wedding. And he brought me a check next week.
Hell yeah.
I messaged Paulie. I'm like, you missed the boat on that one, buddy. You got to jump on those situations when they come aboard,
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I think
great.
that's all, man.
Then TJ's Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
And I think that's all of them.
Yeah.
Oh. Did I say
Masters?
Eric's?
Oh, no. Yeah.
I forgot it.
Eric's Master Car Care.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know sponsors help out a lot, obviously. So
Oh, for sure.
it's hard to do it without sponsors.
100%. So much. You really can't, and I'll probably go on a little campaign here in the next couple weeks, especially with Mod Mania coming up, and, I'm waiting on that Gateway Dirt Nationals invitation. Yeah. Get that.
Got to make that happen.
That's an expensive weekend.
I bet.
My gosh, dude.
Now, when do you come home every night, or do you stay up there?
No, we stay up there.
Yeah, I figured.
Usually because it's a full rebuild.
Yeah.
That the first year we ran there, we qualified. We qualified fifth in our group, so we started like second heat, front row outside. We're on pole. No, front row outside, and Chase Allen was on pole. And dude, that place, one foul moment will set your whole weekend back 100%. He bumbled on the start, and I jumped out to the front, and he freaking KO'd me in the left rear, and that put us back. We restarted the whole thing, but it had been a left rear lower 4-bar, and that put us behind the 8-ball all weekend. But it just stacks up so quick. If one person wrecks, it's like domino effect, bam, 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 because there's just nowhere to go. But it's a blast.
I bet that's got to be a fun. You got to have the right attitude. You can't. Can't go into the dome being one of these guys worried about tearing up their car.
No.
You just have to just send it.
No. I bring, and that's it. I bring extra noses and extra noses, side panels, and then you got to be patient though too. That's what I learned the last time we raced. Is just I'm like, dude, let's just have some patience. Let's roll around here, and it paid off. We were able to miss a couple wrecks. If you can make the middle work there, it's it's the best for sure.
So would you say, last year, was it last year you had a top 10 there?
No, we didn't race there last year. I guess 23.
Okay. So would you say that's, your biggest achievement in racing was running top 10 there, or? Well, I don't know. I mean, you've had some other big runs
I've
too.
had some good runs, like I said, the luck thing isn't a huge, is a pretty big factor in racing, and I'm pretty lucky in life to have a great family and have a good business and stuff. So if I got to make my own luck on the racetrack, then so be it, But the third in the Summer Nationals to Nick and Mike Harrison was a pretty awesome deal,
Yep.
And I wasn't even planning on going. One of my buddies just made me go. I'd actually been sick. I was friggin' had a kidney infection, was peeing blood and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's like, come on, let's go. I'm like, no. To go there and, and run with those guys. And I think we could have challenged a little more than I did, but once I finally got to them, because we started 11th. Wow. Once I finally got to them, the car was hot. It was, I even said so long partner to it once. And, I gave it a run after a caution, and I run up to Nick, but, yeah, it just wasn't in the cards. Those guys are fast.
Right. Yeah, those guys are fast everywhere. So
everywhere.
If you run third to them, that's pretty darn
right.
good,
I was pretty stoked about it,
Right.
Yeah. All the guys in the UMP trailer, they're like, where'd you come from? I'm like, 11th. But yeah, the win at Farmington, the first one was, I made a post about it. It was like I needed that down there, and I never even thought I did, but to go back down, because like I said, when I left there, I broke my foot down there. I hit the wall down there one time, broke my foot, I hit everything. I was an unguided missile for sure. And, to go back down there and be able to pick off a win, they come back and do it again, I don't think people give Farmington enough credit. I think it's very racy. It's he's got the track pretty smooth. Like I said, I wish there was a little more top to it, but yeah. Peevely, we got no luck.
Right.
No achievements there. A lot of seconds, a lot of thirds. I think we run second there the SRX night that they had the SRX show.
I forgot about that series. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was cool.
Yeah.
We had to rebuild the whole car the night before we went to Farmington or to Granite and just tore it up. And he wanted to go. He's like, I want to meet Haley Deegan.
Yeah.
We gotta go. I'm like, all right, well, your butt's staying up with me and helping me fix this race car. So he did. We were up till like 3-4 in the morning fixing the car after getting home from Granite, and to go out and run good. Anytime we're going forward, I'm happy. Even last night we started 12th and passed a couple cars. It was pretty slick, and anytime you're going forward, you're having fun.
Right.
So just being able to be there, and you never know what's going to change and in life, and what the race car is the first to go. So
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right.
It is. That's definitely not a necessity. So
Yep.
that's what I try to teach him is, this is a hobby and we're just here having fun. It ain't no different, like you said, than camping or fishing or hunting
Same
or,
deal.
playing freaking pickleball.
Yep.
Right. Well, you got anything else you want to talk about?
No, man. Well, so I guess we could probably, you guys, a schedule coming up and catch you at one of the Mod Manias probably. You'll be at Peevely, and then
Yep.
may chance come to Farmington.
Yeah. My schedule, this weekend, we're going to go Thursday and Friday and see how it goes. If not, I will be loading up and going south. He just kind of around his football schedule, for right now. So I would definitely like to get him to the BMod Bash, any special BMod shows that they've got going.
And then you'll be, I guess, the end of the month, Road to the Dome, Coles County. You got your invite, so
we'll be doing the Road to the Dome. I'll be checking my mail for my Gateway Dirt Nationals invitation.
Yeah.
That's 3 of them I got out there. And,
we'll post it. We'll post it too.
Yeah. So, and just kind of play it by ear. If we can race, we'll race. If we don't,
Yeah.
I didn't get to go floating this year, so I'm a little disappointed about that. So,
it's almost getting.
I know.
I went on my first float trip this year.
Really?
I'd never been floating until July, and I freaking loved it. I'm ready to go again.
Oh, dude.
You've never been ever.
Nope, never.
Holy
till
crap.
this year.
Did you raft or kayak?
Raft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you're not in the right raft with the right people,
Yeah.
Well, I'm one of those guys you don't want to be in the raft with because, like, everybody's like, "Hey, here's your paddle," and I'm like, "Nope, not for me."
No, it's a raft. We'll just bump along.
We'll just run over everything, and I don't drink much, but when I go on the float trip, within the first hour, it's over.
It's
and I'm causing a scene.
Oh my gosh!
And it's just getting mad out of control.
Yeah,
and
man, me and his mom went on one time, and I got so sick. Like the first mile in, we have 5 more to go. She's like, I'm like just dragging behind the raft and throwing up under the water. I throw up under the water. They go. She's like, I think you just threw up a whole hot dog. I'm like, well, I don't know how I did that.
I can't believe we used to do it in canoes.
Oh my god,
that's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, God, you lose all your crap.
Yep.
And I would just, like I said, I don't drink a bunch, but when I would drink, it would just be like out of control. So when I go on that canoe, I mean, everything I took, I'm like, none of this is coming back.
None of it.
So don't even worry about it. I don't even know if they're getting their canoe back.
Yep. I've been kayaking.
Now that ain't bad.
Yeah, I like that because I can fish and stuff.
Yep.
And I I flip. I flip a lot. So I just strap all my stuff down real good. Yep.
No, that's pretty good. I can't believe you've never been floating, and we're in like the float cap.
I know.
We're like in the float area of the world.
It's never been a big thing for me. So
where'd you float at?
Black River,
oh,
Lesterville.
That's the best. That's one of the best for sure.
I think we put in at we was camping at Parks Bluff and put in there. And
that's the OG stuff there.
Yeah, no, it was a blast.
Yep.
So.
If you're talking about trout fishing, Montauk starts Current River, and you can float the bottom of Montauk into, and
I always wonder, man, it's weird when you go up and there's so many fish up there, and then you're like, where do they go? They go out into the current, and you're like, I mean, do they just die because they get out there and that?
That's weird. You're up in the freaking Colorado mountains and you're fishing a tank. You're like, where the hell did this fish come from?
Yeah,
did it come all the way up the mountain, or did it start? Did it start at the snow and come down? Like,
you're fishing in 5-gallon buckets, catching 4-pound trout up, certain places. It's wild, but I always wondered after it leaves Montauk, I'm like, thousands of them get loose and go down through there.
Oh yeah,
but where do they go? Right. But I think a bunch of fish probably eat them, and because they're pretty.
Oh yeah,
they're pretty. Wuss fish out of everything,
Yeah, for sure.
Everything's just, they're like sitting there at the gate.
They're eating bugs. And other fish are eating them.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, okay, man. Well, hopefully also September 20th, we're giving away all kinds of cool stuff at Farmington. So if you get that open date,
we'll definitely try and make that for sure.
It's going to be a really cool night for us. And we're going to end in Farmington like we started it and try to, get everybody there. And it'll be a pretty cool night. But that's all I got, man. And I appreciate you guys coming on. We've been wanting to do this for a little bit. So
Yep. It's nice to get to talk racing for sure.
Yep.
Right. And this is something, once you get started, man, I've told everybody, once you start, you could just go for hours talking like that.
It's awful.
I look back and it's like, man, there's so many things I should have asked, but it's like, you don't really have time.
We did our live one, and it just kept going and going. And finally, like an hour and a half, we were like, we got to shut this down. Nobody's even going to listen.
We got to end it. Yep.
But well, we appreciate it, man, and good luck the next few weeks. And I know we'll be seeing you somewhere.
Yep. We'll catch you around. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.